Attention all site personnel. Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, designated the Red Right Hand, has landed on Helipad A, as well as members of the O5 Council. Personnel with Level 3 clearance and below are to evacuate the site immediately. An Alpha 1 operative will be assisting in the evacuation efforts. For any questions or inquiries, please come.
What's up, guys? Nine-tailed fucked Ryan here. We're gonna finally delve into Vita's Carnis. If you haven't seen this, it's an analog horror series that is very popular. From like 2 years ago. I haven't seen it though, so this is the reaction to it. Hopefully my audio is good enough. Alright guys, let's dive right into it. We got Vita's Carnis Living Meat Research Documentary intro and the crawl. Alright, let's see what's up. We might have to put this into 2 videos. Graphic content. Seizure warning, by the way, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great day and thank you for watching.
On planet Earth,
seriously,
life has
it means a
thrived
lot
for millions of years. Creatures big and
this
small
down
have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments.
Yep. Okay.
From barren wastes to lush forests,
Yep.
life can be found.
Yep.
Earth has homed these creatures since the dawn of life itself. Only until very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely
Look at those
changing
little
the balance
guys.
of nature
What the
and
hell is
we
that?
know about evolution itself.
They're like little bugs.
That is why we, at National Living Meat Research,
Living
have been
meat?
studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life.
What the hell?
First, what are these new life forms? Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931,
Oh my God.
there has been much debate on what these newcomers are, and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our
Demons?
scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home. What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today.
We
But
haven't
here's what we
researched
do
them
know.
since?
These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones.
Okay,
They
okay.
greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these
What?
characteristics,
The steak
they've been
walking
named
around? How much
accordingly as
protein?
Vita Carnis. The Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives. The Carnis only appear in places where there is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species, the crawl.
Oh.
The
What
crawl
the
is a
hell is
growth
that?
of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. And each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings.
Okay, so it's like, is this gonna turn into like the flesh that hates type deal? I don't know. Let's keep watching. It's great, dude. What the hell?
The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water.
I have
and
a bad
organic matter
feeling about this.
necessary
It's
for
gonna
growth.
get crazy.
The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means. Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis, the dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth.
Interesting.
Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily
Oh,
allowing it
no.
to spread across the
Oh,
world,
my-
and can be found
What?
pretty much anywhere.
Over here, though? Over here? Is that like an
Its
area?
recent inclusion in the ecosystem has
Whoa.
caused many major changes in nature's balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead.
Huh. Okay.
The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals,
thing.
from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey, and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again.
Sorry.
This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive.
So it eats poop. It likes poop.
Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage.
Really?
Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients,
Whoa.
it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms. The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
Interesting. Okay. So
The
it can't
crawl
be
may
that
also
bad.
be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so.
Uh-huh.
But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
Ew. Of course we're
The
going to try
crawl
to eat
also
it.
plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent
the
animal.
little tick-looking things.
This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the Trimmings.
Oh! The Trimmings. Okay. Alright. Hold on a second. Let me see what's up. So we're going to learn about the Trimmings next. Hopefully this audio is good enough and stuff. Alright, well, let's do
The
this.
Trimmings. Trimmings are small animals that resemble skinned raccoons.
Skinned
They are commonly known
raccoons?
to
Oh
have a
no!
plump body, round
Not my
head,
little
small
bandit
eyes,
boy.
nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs.
Uh-huh.
All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics.
Ooh, spines, spikes.
One thing they all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue, and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length,
Okay,
no larger
so
than a
7 inches.
basketball. Its life starts with its separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume.
Okay.
Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, Trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of hunting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals.
Okay.
Although its appearance is unsightly, it is a cowardly creature, only fleeing, screeching, and hiding when threatened. Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators.
Oh, really?
Naturally, its population would eventually die.
Now, does it do anything to the predators? Does it transform them, maybe? I don't know. I haven't seen this. I don't know anything about it, so we're just popping theories right now.
Out. This is not the case.
Whoa, what was that? What was that? What was
Its
that?
population would eventually
Let's look, boys. Let's look.
die out.
What did that say?
Naturally, its population would
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This makes it slower, right?
eventually die out.
Oh, no, it does not. No, it does not. This one does. Mass trimming infestation. Mass trimming infestation. Estimated 400 plus trimmings gather under a large abandoned satellite dish. The reason something
It's not the case. The crawl constantly
Interesting.
produces a large
Okay.
quantity of trimming nodes,
Why?
keeping up their numbers.
Why were they under the satellite dish? Do we know? We're about to find out, probably.
Naturally, Trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant
They're
crawl.
just everywhere. Literally, this shit is everywhere. It literally thrives in anything. It's like literally the frickin' what are those? What is that? Like real life shit that gets everywhere. The most invasive like vines, like plants. What the hell? Most invasive. Sorry. Invasive vines. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is it? They have them in like West Virginia, all this stuff. Reddit will help us. Honeysuckles everywhere. Interesting. Japanese honeysuckle, English ivy. I don't know. They had like another name for it. I don't know. Let's move on. Sorry, stupid idiot.
Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years.
Oh.
Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even
Oh my gosh, look at them in the wall. Look at them in the attic.
Digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
So they're like little bears and raccoons.
Besides all of this, some people still keep trimmings as pets and relatively domesticate them.
I would think they would like stink
Nuisance
or be
not,
slimy.
Trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers to their skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold.
Ew, imagine petting
The
that and
next
touching
species
it.
on our
Ugh.
list is the meat snake.
What was that?
Our
What was
list
that? What
is
was that?
the meat
What was that? We got
Snake.
secret. No. We got secrets to look at. Look, see? A lot of people wanted to look at them secrets. Put it on this mode and do this. Okay. What? Okay, it was something that was pretty much unreadable. Okay. Whatever. All right. Next. So this one is meat snakes. Meat snakes. Flashing lights. Graphic continent. Remember that.
The meat snake.
It's a
The meat
penis.
snake is a worm-like creature made of a
Ew.
variety of
How
types
big
of
is
meat,
it?
coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane. Its
Ew.
size varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When
Okay.
it first separates from the crawl, it is only a few centimeters in length.
There's a straw penny.
Eventually,
Straw penny?
it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this length. Natural disasters, war.
What did that say? And I'm starting to get a little bit like, why would it? However big it's going to get, why is it doing these things? And I wonder, this thing eats dead human corpses. I swear, and thrives off it. But let's see. Let's see what we got.
Plague. It can grow.
Largest meat snake ever discovered. During a sweep of underground settlements made during the war, a massive meat snake discovered stuck at 40 meters in length. Cult activity, it says. It says cult activity at the bottom. How long is 40 meters? 131.23 feet for us Americans. What? That's insane. Okay.
Please
They must have been feeding it. The colt must have been feeding it to make
the
it
meat
bigger.
snake's diet consists
Dead bodies.
entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake
We're
is
animals.
incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism. The meat snake locates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole.
Okay.
Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory
What?
parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted. Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull.
What? That's a
each
human one.
corresponding to what
That's
that
the
one
third one's a
consumed.
human one.
During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years. The meat snake has
What?
no predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat
Shoot it?
snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete
Burning.
destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating. Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the Carnis family that is able to
my
reproduce.
God.
When a meat snake reaches an excessive size and is in the conditions
Bro,
to do
we are
it
so
will commence mitosis, splitting
dead
itself
ass.
in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct
disgusting.
organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot.
Oh, good.
not
So
too
if you're
cold.
cold and
Their
hot, you'll
population
be alright.
depends entirely on the amount of corpses available. Where there is death, there are meat snakes.
So they probably thrive in like
Humanity
places
will
where
use
people
them
are
to
starving and
advantage.
dying and all
Meat
this
snakes
stuff.
are a very
They're probably at
efficient
that.
and clean way of disposing.
They're probably at that place in India where they openly like, burn bodies and throw them into the Ganges
of any meat products.
if they can't burn
The
them.
preserving fluid within the meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals.
What?
They are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means
What?
they are very easy to tame.
Yeah, that's
Overall,
what they want.
Meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself.
They're
It is an
marvelous.
amazing experience to encounter one.
It's an amazing experience. What do they take over our government? This is propaganda, meat snake propaganda. I don't want that.
As long as you don't mind the smell.
I'm anti-meat snake. Ew, the smell.
Our
Ew.
next creature is the mimic.
Oh no!
There
Oh,
is
no!
the
No!
mimic.
No! 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 This motherfucker said a mimic. A mimic, like Greylock mimic. What did that say? Boys, we're in for it. Okay. Okay. What the hell does that say? All I see is alive, being stranded, something, eventually, something, handed, put himself. Okay, I couldn't read that. I don't know what that even is. Alright, so, mimics. Boys, mimics. What's after mimics, then? Because it's like getting progressively worse.
The mimic.
Whoa!
The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features.
Oh no.
These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped.
He's so happy to see you!
The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back.
To chew.
This is
To
tooth
rip and chew.
composition is ideal for biting down onto meat
Yep.
and swallowing chunks whole.
Yep.
A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
Okay. That's what I was afraid of. Look at it looking at me, bro. It's looking at
Because of this, they are found solely around human-populated
I'm fucked.
areas.
Put in the
mimic
comments. Put in the comments if you're or not. Like if you're screwed.
Cycle is made of 3 stages. In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl.
Oh,
they
no.
closely resemble their trimming relatives,
I
but are
mean-
thin, sleek, and only have 4 appendages. In this stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed,
Oh my
it will
god.
resemble the description mentioned
Okay, so what's the final form?
in the beginning. Its
Oh,
hunting
no.
style changes and becomes much more complicated.
After
It now
homeowners
stalks and feeds only on humans.
a homeowner
It
escaped.
will locate human
Whoa,
popu-
what was
It now
that?
stalks
What was that? 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 Show us.
and feeds only on humans.
Yes, it does.
It
So it showed the human that it is gonna. Yeah.
It will locate human populated area and begin its search for an easy target.
Oh no,
To blend
dude.
in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture.
What?
Once a target has been found,
Bro, it's in your furniture. It like hides in your couch. That reminds me of that other one we watched. I forget what it is. Was it the Boy in the Bath guy? Yeah, it was I think of the Boy in the Bath series type thing, the boiled one type thing. There was that like thing talking about other anomalies, and there was like the mattress folk, and it's like literally living in your mattress, and like eventually it just pulls you in there, and then like you decompose in it as it digests you. Crazy. Check out that video, by the way, and subscribe and like and all that stuff. If you made it this far, you're a real MVP, and I love you, and it means a lot that you actually care about my videos and stuff. So we're gonna get this, let's get it.
will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most vulnerable.
That's awesome.
This is
So it
typically when
stalks
the
the shit
human
out
is
of you.
asleep at night. Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute it immediately.
Whoa!
Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal.
Okay.
Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves. Once it
So it's kind of like the Greylock mimic when we watched the Greylock. Check that video out also, by the way. When it was literally like, like it was a knocking sound, then birds, then like it's like something that can't like this, like it knows humanity a little bit, like in a way, but it like can't like properly emulate it. So like it was like birds, and then like the police knocking, and like, hey, help! It's like SCP. It's like the SCP dog thing, like the dogs that mimic people and stuff. Like literally the dog. If you play Secret Lab, is it 3-4? No, it's not 3-4-3, right? That's God. I don't know. Anyways, let's.
a human is in place, it will
Spooky
swiftly
shit.
attack and kill the helpless target.
Whoa! Hey, yo! Whoa! No! Whoa! What? Bruh. Bruh. Yo. Dude, turn the flashlight off. They always do that in the closet. If you're ever in the closet or somewhere, cupboard, turn your flashlight off. That's survival advice from Ryan. Bruh. It's coming closer. It's coming closer. Yo! Yo! Oh my God! What? Okay,
The next
she's
stage of
dead.
the mimic's
Next
life cycle
stage.
has two potential morphs it may develop into.
Two.
If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features. It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human.
No way.
It now can blend entirely into civilization and lure other humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length, and its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes. This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet. Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
Buy a gun.
1.
Literally, if shit like that's happening, I don't care. Constitutional carry at that point. Everyone can have a gun. Everyone should have a gun. Everyone should be mandated to have a gun. Everyone should be mandated to shoot and practice shooting and be efficient with that gun. Seriously.
Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there have been mimic sightings.
Oh my gosh.
2. If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route.
Okay.
4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it.
What?
A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time.
A 12-gauge shotgun?
Use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks.
A barrier block?
6. In a situation...
Wait, so you're telling me that a 12-gauge shotgun with buckshot, 30-aught buck, or a slug wouldn't rip through that fucker? Especially a headshot or something? I mean, I know it's a little hard to get headshots, all that stuff, but, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe a 9mm, maybe even a 45 wouldn't, you know, but, I mean, we got to know a spot, a sweet spot to hit it or something. I don't
where
know.
a mimic is hunting
I don't know,
in
it's
the
biology.
immediate area and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture.
That's
A mimic
scary.
will not linger too long to search for prey, and will move on.
Be safe, and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs.
Yeah.
Next up,
What?
the Harvester.
Okay, what the
Next
okay,
up,
okay, there's some real shit going on here. Okay, the Matrix. He slept, around him changed, grew to unrecognizable from when first arrived, but the sleep still needed time to heal the prince. Much more time, but he kept the prince safe while he rested. Something him the elements, protecting him from the elements or something. Something has changed. What? Bro, oh my. It's a mimic eating. It's a mimic eating her. It's eating her. It's ripping her to shreds. Look at all the blood. Blood warning. Blood. Oh! Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, Darian. Darian Croy. That is your real name. He might be a mimic making all this propaganda. Let me see real quick. How long have we been recording? 31 minutes. There's 3 more. This one, 32 minutes. So we'll get through these two, the other descriptions. I mean, this is it's the full documentary. Okay, so we'll do the 2 more, and then I guess we're gonna have to put this into a part 2 because this is gonna be way too long. If we do more and more, we're not. I mean, I guess we should have just watched it in the full documentary. I didn't know though, but whatever. This is the frickin' Harvesters.
the Harvester.
Oh God. Let me make a guess. So it's either gonna be like the Halo Flood things that walked around and blew up, and there's going to be a bunch of things coming out of them like this, that look like this or something. Are those spikes? Alright, or with these little spikes, they spike you, or an animal, and then just envelop it into itself, like fleshy.
Harvester is a large,
I don't know.
mass
I've seen
with
too
a
much
large amount
SCP
of
stuff to
tendrils spreading
not
from
have
the base.
theories.
The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter.
That's big as shit.
The tendrils, on
3
the other
inches taller than
hand,
me.
can extend up to 150 meters
Whoa.
in diameter horizontally.
Hey, yo!
The Harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created when a node that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further.
So like, with invasive vines, right? Let's get into a little bit of I guess, earth science real quick, all right? With invasive vines, they're really hard to kill. So, you have to cut them at the base, stuff like that. But then you have to, do something with that base, or it's going to regrow into a new main line and stuff. It's super hard to get rid of. And it just seems like we just were lackadaisical about this. I don't know.
Its tendrils
As
hidden
humans?
just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie closest to the surface.
They trap. That's a trap. Imagine getting your foot stuck in that and then shoves right in your ankles. That's a trap if I've ever seen one.
These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap.
Yep.
On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom. On one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis.
What?
The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected,
So you're
prevents
gonna
blood cells
bleed
from
out.
clotting.
Now you're gonna feel it.
When
You're gonna be paralyzed, stand there like just laying there, just bleeding out, and not even being able to do a thing about it.
Whenever a large animal moves
gonna
across
feel
the area
everything.
armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto
Hold
the
on,
animal
let me
and
take
thrash
this
violently.
off.
Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse.
It's getting hot.
The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss.
Jeez.
Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped once. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients.
Oh my god.
These
it just
tendrils
sucks you
sense the
dry.
blood and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been
You serious?
consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground. Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is no...
I like how they keep showing like a deer carcass when we know damn well that this thing is just taking humans out. Like you're going on like a hike or something, it's just gonna take you out type thing. Like, bro.
nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester.
Oh my gosh.
This bulb houses all the vital organs and the venom glands that pump into the
So can we
spines.
just shoot
The
it?
nutrients are then
Burn it?
converted into usable energy.
Would a nuke do
The
anything?
remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals.
Oh no.
A strange behavior
It's
the harvester
evil and
displays is
scary.
its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected.
Yep, because humans. What's scarier, the mimic or this? You know?
The
What's
spines
next?
will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens.
Okay.
One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making
Okay.
it not worth the time.
Makes sense.
Another could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive and lure more predators. It truly is astonishing.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Although
acting
it
like
is a
this is great.
spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous. The harvester
Spectacular.
is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern
Oh.
hemisphere and woodland
Type in the comments if you're screwed, like I am,
forests.
because I'm in Africa,
If
tip
you
of
are stung by
Africa,
a
North
harvester,
Africa.
there will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
Whoa! All right, Karen, you're gonna have to edit a lot of this. All right, we're gonna go back a little bit. Wait. What the, bro? Come on. All right, you're gonna have to edit a little bit now. Oh my God, what did I just do? You're gonna have to edit a little bit, Karen. All right. What did this say?
There is no cure,
No cure.
and
Death.
fatality is 100%.
Family attacked by harvester while hiking. Authorities refused to handle the harvester, only putting up warning signs to the public. I have a theory. A gay theory. Game theory. It's funny. They infected our government. They're in our like government, they're everywhere. The mimics, they've became more refined, they became more intelligent. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna sail this shit at the end. When I do my final thoughts.
The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first
No,
place.
don't go hiking.
If you are
Don't go-
hiking, take
don't
note
go
of any
backpacking.
warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around. If you also notice an abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife, this is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to the base of large trees or rocks.
I have such a banger theory for this.
If you find yourself
I
in the
swear
middle
I've
of a
never
harvester
seen this
ground,
before.
do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving.
So it's not even just those hole trap things. Like this thing could just like whoop, just come up out of the thing and just get you, click you.
Do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm.
It's like a landmine. It's like stepping on a landmine.
If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment.
Bro.
You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw another object when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away, just to be safe. Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way.
Bro.
You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal.
Doug, dude.
Next up is
Bro, there's
the
three more.
host.
What did I just say? The whole. Whoa, 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 whoa. The host? But there's two more.
Next up is the host.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what that is. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this. Yeah, it was too quick and blurry and stuff. So we got one more, I guess, but there's two more slots. I mean, I don't know. The host of influence. Bro, what?
The host of influence. The host of influence, more commonly referred to as the host, has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not
What?
to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease.
So he
The host
hosts
is a
parties?
semi-humanoid-looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other characteristics.
Obviously.
The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of
Three
fibrous
large
tissue
appendages, 3 digits. Use like fingers, da 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 da.
tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the host in place. Instead of skin,
It's up there and there's the cold. So under that snow, it's just a whole host of just like the tendrils.
the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate,
What does
used
it
to
do?
cover any large exposed areas,
What?
but allowing movement. The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck,
Mouth
which
slit
houses
blends
a
into
slit in
neck
the front
muscles.
used for feeding.
Feeding a what?
On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body by
Great.
being fired into the air.
They're like a time bomb.
These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs. Luckily,
What
the
the-
hosts are
what was
hazardous,
that?
so keep clear of them at all costs.
Whoa,
Luckily,
What the
they're
f-
hazardous,
was that, bro?
so keep clear.
Bro, can we even see that? That was so quick. That was no, that was so quick, dude. That was so quick. Let's see.
Clear of them at all costs.
What? What is that? Okay. What the f... Alright, so they said, too, in that article back there, way back in the video or whatever, you remember, the cult activities. The cult activities with the frickin' big meatworm, meat snake. Those are probably cold. Look at the robes. Look at them like cherishing. Maybe praying to it. Bruh. Humans are whack. Doing whack stuff.
Luckily,
Colts
the
are
host
whack.
is rare,
If you're in a
only
Colt,
found
get out
in
of
North
it.
America.
Awesome. Put in the comments if you're screwed.
Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task.
Just put
This
on a
is because
biosuit.
of their rarity and of how
PPE.
dangerous it is to be up close to one.
Okay.
The source
The Foundation will
released by
take
a
care
host
of
is
it.
very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them.
Awesome.
An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change.
What?
The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints,
Okay.
and lack of coordination. Then more serious symptoms appear over time. These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles. If you, or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services.
Okay.
After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk.
Whoa,
Walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual. If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs. The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps. However, if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off
Okay,
and
so we can
return
treat
back
it.
to normal.
Okay. We can treat it then.
If a host
Okay.
is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location.
They're mobile?
Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous
Contain
and should
it.
be avoided at all costs.
Contain it. Research it. Secure, contain, protect
Next,
it.
the monoliths.
What? Okay. What?
Next, the monoliths.
What is that? There's a red dot. A red dot. Oh. The frickin' comic book strip or whatever. We gotta see that.
Next,
But then it's like a full documentary
the
though.
monoliths.
The monolith. Okay. Oh, this is really clear, actually. All right, so this is, again, a continuation on the prince's story or whatever, I think, or whatever. Although one day, the critters found the cave while searching for food. They found the prince in trance in his healing sleep. The critters were so, awestruck and enchanted by the prince's magic. What? Bruh. Okay. So, yeah, because then... Oh, there is. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, let's see this one. Apparently it doesn't show us the last one, but we're going to have to watch this one.
The
I guess.
monoliths.
49 minutes.
The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in
this
June
one's
of
short.
1972 in
Okay.
the area.
Whoa! Redacted up here, up
There are
here.
only 7
See him?
in the
Up
area.
here. And then maybe down here.
There are only 7 monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths surround.
Jeez.
A
Uh-oh.
monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith.
How much is 120 meters? 393.7 feet.
Has 2 trunk legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a
Oh
torso.
my gosh.
The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened
Oh
flesh
my
in the shape of an
gosh.
upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each
You ever
side
try
of
to
the
kill these
monolith where
things?
arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away.
Kill it. Shoot it with tanks. Missiles.
What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in. During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group
Okay.
of
When the...
were making their way
Jesus.
to the city, the monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out. When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity.
What?
Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Good. What the hell? Bruh.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all.
Well, yeah.
Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is marvelous
Whoa.
and majestic work listed.
That's the Earth. Okay. Okay. So they got there. Who is this creature? Why are they here? Are they dangerous? Although the something brought. What if this creature could use its magic to help them? It may grow food or heal sickness. They continued to argue about the prince and his magic. At the something at the end or something, the of the something that something prince something should not be recalled with or something. What? All right.
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear all around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
So let's do this quick. Orb oh, it's gonna.
Dark-colored mineral with hints of luminous color.
So this must be the last one.
The singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter. The orb has several unique qualities that are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other patterns.
Oh
like
no,
signals
dude.
released by
We're
the
screwed.
singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being
Held by Beep. Bro.
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have.
Okay, so that was added in, I guess. That was added in. Oh, man, dude. Alright. Alright. Bruh. So, my final thoughts. this is going to be a crazy series, and I can't wait to watch the other ones and make videos and watch them with you guys. My theory is that, especially after seeing that singularity thing, and the mimics can turn into humans and all this stuff and blah blah blah, which I would assume they gain a lot more sentience and stuff. I would say that they, especially with this cult thing, the cultists, it's a secret society that's literally infected pretty much all world governments in this world, and that's why there's these propaganda tapes putting out, because they're always like, this is a spectacular animal, this is da-da-da-da-da, like treating humans like they're just food or a second class sub animal type thing. Like we're just, and I think too, it's like, oh, we're not going to wipe out all humans, we're going to let them live kind of in a way, because it's like a meat production farm, it's a food farm, like in the Matrix when they had everyone hooked up to the pods and stuff. Like they're like, we can't let the humans all die because we need them as a food source, da 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 da. And I think it's just going to get deeper and deeper, especially because I said, oh, all information on the singularity has been confiscated or taken or redacted by officials, and there's redacted stuff and all this stuff, da 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 da. So it's just going to be a big conspiracy thing, and it's going to get really intriguing, really scary, really crazy. But I'd like to thank you guys for, being here. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. And also subscribe. Also check out Darian Quilloy. Subscribe to his channel. Watch his videos, stuff like that. We're going to be covering Venus Carnis Part 2 soon. And yeah, have a great night. Thank you guys. And check out the Patreon or something, I guess. Peace.
CIFT clicker, you promised my son that you're going to give him free Robux. And because of your free Robux promise, he stayed up till 2 o'clock night. And he watched all your live streaming for 4 hours. How many hours? For 1 hour, he was there stuck. And he expected you to give free Robux. What advertisement are you doing?